I was on a roll. Glamorous. Unglamorous. I was like, what's that word? Oh, commitment. Man, this is terrible, guys. Instead of asking Chappie Chibi, oh my God. We're so close. All right. All right. What is up, Collide? Man, I have a question for you. Has anyone ever gotten caught trying to take a shortcut? Yeah, me too. But let me tell you this story about a girl named Rosie who got caught. In 1980, Rosie crossed the finish line of the Boston Marathon in 2 hours and 31 minutes, the fastest women's time ever recorded at the Boston Marathon. Thousands of runners had spent months, some of them years, training for that race, waking up before the sunrise, running through winter, pushing through injuries. They ran every single step of 26.2 miles. The crowd went wild for Rosie. They draped a medal around her neck, and in a few hours, she stood at the top of a podium as the fastest woman to ever run the Boston Marathon in history, with talk shows and sponsors already lining up to talk to her. There was just one problem. The other runners didn't even notice that she was in the crowd. Almost immediately, they realized none of them passed her when they were running. Race officials found no footage of her on the course. No timing checkpoints confirmed her pace, and no spectators who remembered seeing her at all. 8 days later, the real winner, Jacqueline, who had run every step, was awarded the championship that she had earned, because it was discovered that Rosie, she never actually ran. What? She jumped over a barrier and finished out the race and pretended that she ran. And Rosie has been remembered ever since as one of the most famous cheaters in sports history. See, Rosie made her decision quietly, somewhere on the course where nobody was watching. She thought nobody would ever know, but they found out, because the person you are when nobody is watching always comes to the surface eventually. Here's the honest truth about most of us. We work hard when people are watching. When the teacher is grading, we try. When the coach is looking, we give the effort. When our parents are in the room, we act right. But the moment that the pressure's off, shortcuts start to look really good. Are you the same person in private that you are in public? A lot of us have two versions of ourselves. The version that shows up when someone is watching, and the version that shows up on a Tuesday afternoon when nobody's watching. The scary thing is that the Tuesday afternoon version is actually more you than the performance version. Because the person you are when no one is watching is the person you're becoming. Paul writes something in Colossians that completely reframes this. He's writing to everyday people doing ordinary, unglamorous work. And he says in Colossians 3, verse 23 and 24, work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that your master you are serving is Christ. See, Paul's point isn't to work hard so people will notice you. His point is this: there's always an audience, and his name is Jesus. And that changes everything. If Jesus is always watching, not to catch you when you mess up, but because he genuinely cares about you and your character, then there is no such thing as a moment that doesn't matter. The homework you do at 10 p.m. when you're tired, he sees it. The way that you treat your little sibling when your parents aren't home, he sees it. The choice you make on your phone alone in your room, he sees it. When you cut corners, when you choose the easy version of yourself, he sees that too. Not to punish you, but because those moments are forming you into someone. Excellence isn't performance for people, it's a posture before God. You can fake a finish line, you can't fake who you are. One of the clearest ways to see someone's character is not when life is exciting or public, but when things feel small and ordinary. Most of life is actually made up of moments nobody else notices. It's the extra rep at practice when everyone else quits. It's choosing honesty when lying would be easier. It's returning the shopping cart. It's studying when you don't feel like it, or doing the right thing even when there's no reward attached to it. Those moments feel tiny, but over time they shape who you are becoming. Character isn't built in one giant decision, it's built in thousands of small ones. And honestly, culture pushes us in the opposite direction. We live in a world obsessed with appearances. If it looks good online, if people applaud it, if it gets attention, then it must matter. But Jesus has always cared more about what's happening beneath the surface. God isn't impressed by a polished image if our private life is falling apart. He cares about integrity. He cares about consistency. He cares about whether the person standing on stage is the same person sitting alone in their room. Because eventually, what's hidden always leaks into what's visible. The good news is, excellence is not just about perfection. God is not asking you to never fail or never struggle. Excellence means bringing your best to Him even in imperfect moments. It means choosing faithfulness over shortcuts. And every time you do that, even when nobody notices, you're becoming stronger, wiser, and more like Jesus. The quiet choices you make today are shaping the person you'll be tomorrow, because excellence is doing your best when nobody is watching. Think about one area of your life where you've been coasting. Where is the gap between how you perform when people are watching and how you actually show up when they're not? What would it look like for you to close that gap between who you are in public and who you are in private? Maybe it means actually reading the chapter instead of asking ChatGPT for a summary. Maybe it's finishing the chore the right way instead of hiding the mess. Maybe it's keeping the commitment you made to your friend. Maybe it's putting your phone away and spending 5 minutes with God. Nobody posts about those things. Nobody gives you a trophy for them, but God sees them and they shape you. The runners who crossed the finish line the honest way got something Rosie never had. They got the person they became by running the race. That's what this kind of excellence builds. Not a gold star, but a person with real character. Someone who can be trusted. Someone whose private life matches their public one. Rosie never actually ran the race. Don't do that. Stay in the race. Run every step. Excellence is doing your best when nobody is watching. We're gonna head to groups, but before we do, I wanna leave you with this question. What kind of person are you when nobody is watching?